Hey everyone, I'm back from camping, and guess what? I got KP, got to peel some potatoes. But that's all right because, well, I'll tell you in a second what it's all about. Welcome to the show. All right, welcome back everybody. I'm Dave Guerra, This Vet Cooks. How are you? Welcome. As I mentioned at the top, we're peeling potatoes, peeling some spuds. Yes, we have KP, but you know what? It's got to get done. And why? Because a viewer request. We're working on a viewer request, and yes, we drew that out of the lot. Remember that? Last episode? It's been a while. Anyway, so bomb-ass mashed potatoes. That's right, bomb-ass mashed potatoes. At least that's what my brother, I think it was my brother who submitted that one, or Talking Shenanigans. Somebody did. And so that's what we're doing, some bomb-ass mashed potatoes. Well, first thing, we're going to start off with some spuds. And this is a large spud, and it's about 4 to 5 inches, and you want to get maybe about one per individual that's eaten, one per individual. So and if you couple more, not too much. So in this case, we're using like 4 of these, but a couple of them are a little smaller. So again, one per individual, okay? And what else are we going to do? Then we're going to start mixing in some stuff. We're going to rinse these, we're going to boil them, we're going to cut them up, and we're going to boil them. So cut them up before you boil them. Don't boil them whole, otherwise it'll just be brutal, it'll take forever. Cut them up, boil them, makes it go a little faster. While we're boiling, we're going to fry up some bacon, because we're going to throw in some bacon, and we're going to throw in about 6 slices of bacon. Now, if you want it more bacony, by all means, add the bacon. So whatever bacon works for you. And you know what? It doesn't hurt. Maybe you could just throw in a little bit of the grease into the mix, kind of change the flavor texture of the mashed potatoes. What else are we doing? Well, we've got to add butter. You can't have mashed potatoes without butter, right? And then some chives or chives or whatever you want to call them, chives. You want to throw those in there, and these are going to be in the mix as you're mixing it up. And in this case, we're using Monterey Jack Colby, Monterey Jack finely shredded cheese, about a cup of this. Now, you're not mixing the entire cup of this. You're going to mix in some, and you're going to save some aside for over the top. Kind of like what we did with the what was that? Chicken, something with the chicken, or the, oh my goodness, I forgot what it was. Where you had the sauce over the top. Yes. Anyway, we've done so many episodes. All right, what else? Well, some milk. You're going to need some milk to mix in with the mashed potatoes and the onions. And of course, you know, the old trusty salt, pepper, sorry about that, and the sodium chloride, of course. And now again, some people like it, some people don't. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I like it. So it's up to you. Some mayo. Good old H-E-B mayo. And again, we talked about H-E-B. So again, that's that. Now, at the end, once it's all said and done, of course, you know, you're going to sprinkle the remainder of that cup of cheese and some green onions. You're throwing some green onions there. So get that sprinkled across the top. Change the flavor, texture, contour, the flavors, just everything is going to be awesome. It's going to be fantastic. So we got to finish peeling these spuds. I think we're done. Yeah, we're done. So let's cut these up and let's get them in water and let's go from there. Alrighty, so as I said, we're cutting these things up over here, camera 2, again showing all the spuds. And again, we're just cutting them in half, half again, and half again, maybe like 8ths, depending on the size of the potato. Also, I want to take this time to thank everybody that's been watching us on the YouTube. Thank you very much, everyone on YouTube. On Facebook, I do appreciate you stopping by, making your comments. And again, don't forget, on that YouTube, on the YouTube, you have chat, you have comment section, so enter your comments there. On Facebook, enter your comments there. Thank you. But I also want to ensure that on facebook.com/thisvetcooks, you are entering your request. Enter your request. See, this is what happens when people enter their request. We make some bomb-ass mashed potatoes. So there we go. Also on Twitter, thank you for following on Twitter. Do appreciate you there. Instagram, Twitter, it's @thisvetcooks. And on Instagram, it's instagram.com/thisvetcooks, all one word. Let's see, did I miss anything else? No, I think that's pretty much it. Alrighty, so let me finish this up. Let's get this stuff in the water. Alright everybody, so we're on the tail end of the potatoes being boiled. We already have fried up our 6 strips of bacon, and 6, again, that's a good number. Now, if you want it more bacony, by all means, you can have it more bacony. What was the other thing we talked about you can add on top? These French's crispy fried onions. You can sprinkle it on top of the potatoes. There it is over here in camera 2 for camera 2 to look. You can add that. And again, just a little something extra again to change the texture and the flavor combinations that are going on. But hey, right now, so like I had mentioned before, we're going to start doing a drawing. And up here in the Stella Artois glass, we've got everybody's submissions plus what I already had planned. I'm going to reach in there and I'm just going to look to see that way I don't knock it over. And I'm going to just randomly select one. And of course I select several, but I think I got only one. And let's take, oh, I got two. Whoa, here we go. So I'm going to take the first one and I did it again. You know what? This one right here is going back in. Right now I haven't seen it, so there it is. It stays up there. All right, here we go. So for next episode, it's going to be soft beer pretzels. Soft beer pretzels just in time for football season. It's the fall soft beer pretzels. Oktoberfest, which in Munich, it's not happening this year. That sucks. First time in like 300,000 years of German history that the Munich Oktoberfest is not going on. But it doesn't mean we can't drink. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to get some Lowenbrau and we're going to make some soft beer pretzels on the next episode. So, hey, look, potatoes are done. Let's go. All right, it's out. There it is on camera 2. There's our potatoes all chopped up nice and neatly. So we're going to throw in some butter. We're going to go ahead and cut this into with the 1 table. We're just going to use that measure, that 1 tablespoon measure that it gives you. And we're going to go ahead and throw it in there. And this is not butter. This is margarine. It's Imperial and it's good. Is it from Imperial, Missouri? I don't know, is it? Oh, okay. All right, so let's go ahead and take the lid off. Whoa, steam! All right, so we're going to go ahead and cut 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. 4 should do. And we're at number 5. Number 5. And for good measure, 1 more for good measure, number 6. So 6 of these tablespoons. Wow. And we're going to go with the milk now. About how much of this milk are we going to add? Maybe just a little bit under, just a little bit over, I'm sorry, a little bit more than half. And then we'll start getting the consistency. It's something to begin with. Don't get too ahead of yourself because you don't want runny and then you got to mix up more spuds and then it goes from there. So there we go. There it is. So just get a good feel for it. This is a half pint. So what's a half pint? 8 ounces, a cup. So half a cup. Again, feel for it. I'm going to add a little less than that. We've got that. So salt and pepper, obviously that's the taste. We'll save that for the end. What else is going in here? I did say a cup of Kobe Jack. And we haven't opened it. Okay, everybody, I got ahead of myself. I got really anxious because this is looking good. All the good stuff, the cheese, the bacon, the chives, the everything, the mayo. But, you know, we got to do this. We put the butter and the milk in. Let's go ahead and give it a good little pounding here on camera 2. That should give us an idea of what we're doing. And yes, the butter has already kind of melted. So that really helps in getting the content all spread out. Now at this point it's kind of obvious I don't have enough liquid in here because it is starting to harden as I go. So as we're opening up those potatoes, we are able to see that they're a little dry. Now at this point, oh, that's good. Okay, so as I was saying, now is the time to go ahead and add a little bit of salt and pepper just to get that mixed in, and we'll go from there. It might be a little too much, but I don't know. We'll see. No, not enough. Okay. All right, so I added more salt, more pepper. You want to get that all mixed in there. And here we go, all the way over there. But let's get this all mixed in, see where we stand with this. There we go. Oh, it's already smelling great. And let me just put this right here. Oh, that's nice. And so as you can see here on camera too, it is a little dry. We're going to add mayo to this. So what's going to happen is going to thin it out. And so we're going to need to add a little bit more milk, and then we'll add the mayo. There's a little bit more milk. And here's the mayo. About 3 of these serving tablespoons from the dinner table, tablespoons of mayo. So we've got that. Oh, that smells great already. Do that, and we just start mixing all of this in. It helps make it a little creamier. And look at that. If you're looking here on camera too, it has already done so. It has already become creamier. I think we've gotten all of the, that's what I should have done right there. Make sure you, off the back of your spoon or your spatula or your serving, you get all of that mayo off of it and get it into the potatoes. Now, I know there's some people that would like it a little bit more rustic on the potatoes, meaning they want some skin still in there, and that's fine. That's up to you. That's your preference. I know others like it a little lumpy, little clumps of still solid potato, and others like it creamy, rich, and smooth. I can go both ways on that one. So, I mean, I can take it lumpy with some really, really good white gravy, or really, really smooth with some dark gravy, like with mashed potatoes or with a schnitzel. There we go. Some of that Jaeger sauce, sauce. That'll work. The creamy, not creamy, but the brown sauce. So either way, it just works. Again, it just depends what your palate, what you like. And then again, you know, there's other people that just are the pure, or not necessarily the purist, but the anti or the new purist, where they will only have the flake potatoes, the instant mashed potatoes. I love those too, especially in those when, oh, I don't want to boil potatoes. There it is. So either way, mashed potatoes, it's a classic, and there's so many ways to make it your classic. It's my classic go-to, and again, there's so many different ways. Let's let me see what we can do. Alrighty, let me see. I was going to see if we can get a taste test on it, but let me throw in a little bit more milk, and just to add it in there. Oh yeah, now it's, make sure it gets in there. Oh yeah, now it's really creamy, really smooth. Now we start working on the taste test. We start working on, now we're not going to add any more salt until we add the bacon in here. And the bacon, obviously, you know, it's going to be salty. We did those 6 strips, so 6 pieces of bacon, 6 strips of bacon. We chopped them up, well, we just kind of crumbled it up. And so it's different sizes, different textures, different combinations. And we'll just go ahead and throw that all in here. And we'll get that here in just a second. There it is. Then we'll roll that in here. Wow. And again, because it is salty, bacon is salty, we're not going to add more salt until later. Now I'm looking in here and I'm not seeing a lot of pepper flakes, and I know I ground up a truckload of pepper flakes. So we've got that. Now we're throwing these chives, or the chives. All right, the chives, and again, a lot of them. So you know what? We're having fun with this. Let's just throw them all in there. And here back into camera 2, you see all the bacon and the chives. And man, those are looking fantastic. Alrighty. I don't want to do this. Let's go ahead and pause. Alrighty, so we've got this all stirred. Now I did mention earlier at the top of the show that I was going to could include some bacon grease. So what we did is we extracted about a tablespoon, and I'm not going to use a lot, and just drizzle it over again, just to add that little extra kick to it. Nothing major. Again, it's mashed potatoes. You know, it's not good for you anyway. So, you know, why mess around? Let's just throw in some of that bacon grease. So we'll give it a stir and get that all around. Oh, that already looks good. It's smelling good. Alrighty, so there that is. And knock some of that down. Get off the edges. And we've got our cheese. And about half of this cup of cheese. Oops, there we go. It's all over the place now. It's gone crazy. And give it a stir. And we're almost done, folks. is. Alrighty, so we've got that. Take out the magic spoon. And oh my, that's delicious. To me, it's good. I know some will want more pepper. Well, yeah, you know what? We're going to add a little bit more pepper. Uh-oh. A little bit, I know. But I think with our salt, we're good to go. At this point, I don't know what else we need. So let's get this all cleaned up. Now, while we're doing this, definitely want to take a time to talk to you about the Veterans Crisis Line. Folks, again, as I mentioned in the past episodes and the episodes before that, it's that important. 1-800-273-8255. Press the number 1 when the automated attendant answers. Make that call. It's important. It is necessary. And especially in these times, you know, they keep pushing things back and things are not going to get better for a while and things are not going to get better for a while. But you know what? They haven't gotten worse. But that still doesn't mean that we're not going through our own personal struggles, our own personal fights, our own personal situation, because it's unique to us. It's who we are. And again, as I mentioned in the last episode, don't let anyone tell you that what you're going through, oh, just get over it. No, it's not that easy. It's not that easy, and we know that. I know that. You know that. That's why you got to make that call. 1-800-273-8255, the Veteran Crisis Line. Press the number 1, please. Other than that, you know, let's just get to work. We know what we need to do to get things right. Let's make it right. So, make the call. All right, so there it is. We're done. That's it. Bomb-ass mashed potatoes. Now, of course, it's a variant. Means that you can do whatever you want to with it. We did the bacon. We did the chives. We did the green onions on top. We did some cheese, some Monterey Jack Colby combo. We even did these French's fried, crispy fried onions on top. Additional cheese on top. Bacon. I've seen where people can put in olives, black olives, green olives, whatever works for them. Eggs, hard-boiled eggs, not raw eggs, because we did that with the mayo when we added that in there. So again, work with it. Make it your own. Make it something unique to you. Make it yours. And so what do you have with this? Well, this is the side, obviously. Well, of course, some people could just sit there and eat it all day. I can see why. Oh my, that's good. With the onions, with the crispy onions. But tonight, what we're having this is the side. We're going to have some pork steaks. Or ham steaks, sorry about that, ham steaks. And pork steaks will work too. Meatloaf, like I mentioned, this and meatloaf, man. Again, whatever works for you. And speaking of what works for you, folks, before we end this show, I want to share with you. Make sure you've watched my brother's show and my sister-in-law's show, their show together. It's called Talking Shenanigans. 90 Day Fiancé, Life After 90 Day Fiancé, 2 months after the 90 Day Fiancé, Life After Lockup, documentaries, stuff that they find funny on Twitter, what the hashtag is one of their things. And I don't know the other one what it's called, but anyway, and their gear grinders. Don't forget their gear grinders. They also have gear grinders, and there's some funny stuff there, but a lot of serious stuff too. So check it out. And I mean serious stuff, environmental stuff, stuff that's very relevant to today. And not just the main stuff that's making the news, but other stuff that's just below the surface, but it's just as equally important. So check it out. Again, it's called Talking Shenanigans. It's here on YouTube, and the link is here on the show. Well, everyone, it's time to make dinner. We just made the sides. It's time to do it. My name is Dave Guerra, and this vet cooks.